This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Israel Conference 2014 in Los Angeles. With me now is Audrey Jacobs from OurCrowd. It's a private company, and she's a speaker at the event. Audrey, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelley, for having me.
It's good to have you. Please tell the audience what OurCrowd does.
OurCrowd is a venture capital equity crowdfunding hybrid, and basically our vision is to democratize finance and allow individual investors globally to have access to invest in early stage tech companies alongside us as a VC and other major VCs and corporate players to have access to an asset class they haven't had it before.
So, what the underlying benefit that I see here is that you do the due diligence. You vet it out. So you want to comment on what I just said?
Absolutely, Shelley. You hit the nail on the head. What the opportunity for the investor is we're looking for the best startups globally. We only invest in 1 to 2% of what we see. And the investor, what the opportunity they're getting is to invest alongside us and other major VCs and our corporate venture investing partners like GE, and be able to invest their minimum $10,000 at the same terms as $1 million, $5 or $10 million player.
No, I mean, what gave you the reason to include private investors, the ability to invest alongside you? What was the motivation?
So our CEO and founder, John Medved, is an early investor in a company called Lending Club, which has already filed for the IPO, much anticipated, probably a $5 billion market cap. And he saw how they were disrupting the banking industry in the crowdfunding peer-to-peer space where people are lending money to each other without the banks. And he said, you know, as a serial entrepreneur and venture capitalist himself, he said, I can do this for venture capital. I can break open the VC world and allow individual investors globally to be able to get in on deals and invest a small amount at alongside the big players.
Obviously, you're in the business, so you know there's another platform for crowdfunding born every 5 minutes. What is the true single or group of things that separates you from the rest? The differentiation factor?
When it comes to crowdfunding, there's a lot of confusion, and right now people associate crowdfunding with the big players, Kickstarter and Indiegogo, but that is crowdfunding as in the reward space. You're not investing in the company. You're getting a t-shirt, you're getting a bag of peanuts, you're getting maybe the product if they're able to deliver. What we're doing is equity crowdfunding, which for accredited investors only, which was only legal about the last year with the implementation of Title II of the Jobs Act. So of the $5 billion that was raised through crowdfunding last year, only 4% was in equity crowdfunding. And OurCrowd is one of the huge global players that we have 6,000 accredited investors from 54 countries registered on our platform looking to invest in deals.
So the one question that everybody from Wall Street asks is, what's the exit strategy for these companies that are getting funded by crowdfunding?
So OurCrowd, though we fund companies globally, we're based in Israel. That's why we're here at the Israel conference. And in Israel, there's 300 multinational corporations there with their R&D centers looking for talent and looking to buy companies. So the exit strategy for our investors and for us, since we invest in every deal, most often is an M&A, is an acquisition, merger and acquisition. But also there is a strong number of IPOs. So the investor, our first exit in our portfolio was Rewalk, where our investors were able to come in a year before the IPO, and it's one of the most successful IPOs this year.
So let me ask you, Audrey, what did you speak about today?
Well, today I spoke about the opportunity for investors to have access to invest in Israeli tech startups through our platform. Again, it's the Israel conference. People are really excited about technology coming out of Israel, but they don't have access to find the companies, to have them diligenced and researched, and so we're providing that access. So that was the focus.
Startups have a long time to come to fruition. In the U.S., generally, startups go through a couple of angel rounds. So you're getting companies like Post Angel 1 and 2 so that they've got their, want to explain, really the difference between, what venture capital is and how you have to get past certain points to become interesting to you?
So in terms of the criteria of what we're looking for when we invest, is we are looking for companies, again, not an idea on a PowerPoint presentation. Our investors are savvy. They may not be big tech experts, but they're looking for companies that have real traction, companies that have real customers, they either have strategic partners or they already have revenue. We're looking for teams that are serial entrepreneurs that have built companies and taken them public or have sold them before. We're looking for smart money at the table besides us. So we're looking for great opportunities that are a little bit further along, what's called Series A rounds initially, always up to pre-IPO mezzanine rounds, to be able to bring those to our investors. It's about access. It's about getting access to opportunities that investors have just not had before.
What's your background?
So my background is, the background of the team, we have about 150 years of combined venture capital and investment banking experience. My background is in building brands and building companies, preparing them for exit from more of a strategic marketing position.
Okay, let's get a website for everyone to go check out.
So to learn more about OurCrowd and how you can join us as an investor, go to OurCrowd.com and click join. Then you're able to view our startups and you're able to have the opportunity to engage with the CEOs, study our diligence that we've invested in and why we've chosen to choose these companies to bring to you. Thank you,
Ladies and gentlemen, Audrey Jacobs from OurCrowd. It's a private company. She was a speaker at this conference. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNN Live. We're at the Israel Conference 2014 right here in Los Angeles. Audrey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley, for having me.